woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. You lost your edge, she lost attraction for you. That's how it works. What'd you think she was gonna do? Tell you she cheated? Men cannot afford to get complacent in relationships. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome.
And now your man,
Donovan Sharpe.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 288th edition of TSR Primetime, your nightly dose of Red Pill truth, wisdom, and awareness. It is Tuesday, July 3rd, 2018. Good to have you guys in tonight. We are streaming live simultaneously on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and DonovanSharpe.com. I'm not streaming on Instagram tonight because, of course, I have a guest, as you guys can see there over my shoulder. So my Instagram guys, normally watching on Instagram, go ahead and head on over to DonovanSharpe.com so that you can hear both sides of the conversation. The call-in number, 914-205-5356. That is the number to call. If you want to tell me what's on your mind, if you have a question for myself or my guest, you can hit us with questions, comments, show ideas, personal stories you'd like to share, or anything else you want to get off your chest. If you don't want to call, you can always chat. It's right next to the video player. If the video is lagging or running a little bit slowly, on your end, click the video only link. It is located just below the player. That should do the trick. Follow, add, and like me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Just do a search for Donovan Sharpe on all three platforms. For all things Donovan Sharpe, go to DonovanSharpe.com. There you will find all of my content, which includes all episodes and appearances on TSR Primetime, and of course the archive of better than 200 articles I have written for Return of Kings and NegroManosphere.com over a 6-year period, over 6 years. Okay, let's get to it, gentlemen. My guest this evening is a man who has lived in Tokyo for the past 2 years. He lived in Osaka for 1 year, so he's been in Japan for a total of 3 years. He is a dating coach who can literally help you triple your Tinder, and you can find more information on his website, Modern Life Dating. So please help me in joining and welcoming Jonathan from ModernLifeDating.com. Listen, welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
I'm good. It's July 4th here in Tokyo, Japan, so I'm celebrating America's freedom alone.
Yeah, listen, big time difference. What is it, like 8 o'clock in the morning over there?
8 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. Yeah, I'm just getting started.
Wow. Okay, so so listen, TSR Primetime History, we are now streaming into the future. We are streaming on 2 different days at the very same time. So good to we're making history. We're making history here in the TSR Towers. Listen, I'll go ahead. This is the first time you've ever been on my show. This is actually the first time you and I have ever talked. We started texting back and forth. But before we get to the reason why we reached out to each other, I always ask my guests for the very first time they're on the show, how did you find the Red Pill? What was the series of events or the event that finally made you realize that we're all being lied to about intersexual dynamics between men and women?
I remember that event clearly. So I don't have like the typical Red Pill story in the sense that like I was always sexless or always struggling or whatnot.
Okay.
I was always decent with girls. I compared to like Luke Skywalker in the first Star Wars. Like I had some awareness of the Force.
Right.
I didn't have a sensei to come and teach me.
Sure.
And I'll never forget. I was in this chemistry class with this girl. And so what I was doing, I was seeing 2 girls at the time. One girl was tutoring me in chemistry.
Oh, yes. There we go.
And I was banging her. And then I would take what she taught me, and I would go and tutor this other girl that I was trying to bang. But she had she had a boyfriend. And I didn't really fully understand the whole Red Pill dynamics at the time. And she was giving me all the buy signals. But I was 23 at the time, and I was like, oh, I think I love you, and
right.
I think I want to be with you forever. And it was like completely repulsed her. She was like, you're disgusting. Like that was literally like,
wow.
She was like, just get away from me. And I remember I got like, it just like ruined me. Like I got like depressed for like 3 months, and I was just like, I thought if I brought her flowers, if I did the whole 9 yards, that like I saw this on the Disney Channel, like it should work. Like, that was my reality. And I always say behind every player is a broken heart.
Absolutely.
Like, that thing, it really messed me up. But at the same time, I'm glad because, that moment, I'll never forget that girl's name. I'll never forget that girl's name. I check up on her once in a while. And
don't we all, right? We all want to
yeah,
see.
yeah, just to
We
see
all
where
want to
she's
see how
going.
she's doing. Right. See if they smashed into the wall yet. Absolutely, absolutely.
She got herself some fake tits now. She's doing great.
Oh, well, listen, fake titties makes everything. Listen, fake tits are like ranch dressing. It makes everything taste and look better.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. But yeah, that was my red pill moment. And then so I always knew, like, for me, I would always get girls, but I didn't fully understand. I knew that there was like a science to it. My philosophy is like, if aliens came down and observed us, like how we observe chimpanzees in their mating season, or
Right.
how we observe lions or stuff, we're the exact same way. We're not special. You're not some
Sure.
fucking unicorn. There are rules to this game. If you play by the rules and you do certain things, you'll get certain results. And that's
Right.
just the bottom line.
No. I completely understand. And the interesting thing is that a lot of guys, like I said, they have their aha moment, and a lot of guys want to they want to they want to evangelize the red pill. They say, hey, I've got a buddy who's in trouble. How do I? No, listen, man. The red pill. The only time a man truly digests the red pill is when he seeks it out, not when somebody evangelizes it to him. Listen, we all know people who are in trouble. It never ever goes well when you try to do this with certain people. You said something interesting in that opener. You said behind every player is a broken heart, and it's interesting. Girls always try to shame us with the whole "who hurt you?" Nah. Well, a lot of women have hurt me, actually. Or you've got a bunch of failed relationships. You ain't shit. Yes, this is exactly why I am the way I am. What are your thoughts on? And listen, we know that. Listen, and we'll get to the guys here in a minute, but what are your thoughts on women who shame the red pill community? What are your thoughts on women who try to tell us, hey, you guys are full of shit. You guys don't know what you're talking about. You guys are, bottom dwelling MGTOWs, and we'll get to that in a second. What are your thoughts on those?
It's just like going to a magician's show and be like, hey, he's fucking got a card up his sleeve, And like, you guys see this guy? He's full of shit. He's got a card up his sleeve. And they're like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Shut up. Like, don't reveal our tricks. Don't reveal our leverage. Because, the average girl has more dating experience and stuff.
Of course.
Men are constantly approaching them, so they know how to deal with this shit.
Yes.
On a fucking regular basis. They're getting practice, whether they like it or not. Guys don't get that shit. We play on a completely different level. So, that's what I would liken it to in that moment. Like when those girls try to shut us up, I just see them afraid of losing the leverage that they have, and that they are losing slowly, in my opinion.
Yes. Girls know that they have a decided advantage on the dating market, and they don't like the fact that guys like us are putting it out there in terms of, hey, listen, this is how to fuck pretty girls. We've got a caller on the line. If you guys want to call 914-205-5356 is the number to call if you want to get on the show. Area code 502. You are on with Donovan and Jonathan. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, D?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm hanging in there, man. I'm doing good. I bet yourself.
Doing good.
Congrats on the Eagles, man. I'm a Steelers fan. So.
Good. What you got for us, man?
Oh, no, I was just listening to the show. I just want to just kind of put my 2 cents in on it.
Sure.
Just talk about some red pill shit. I'm a little new to it myself, so,
okay. Yeah, so what you got?
Yeah, I was just going to say. Oh, no, what was you about to say? I'm sorry.
No, I was going to, if you have a question or comment, I was just, just go ahead with your question or comment for either or both of us.
Oh, I was just I had a little comment, a little story of my own as far as my little red pill moment.
Okay.
I was gonna say I found mine dealing with my little girl's mom.
Oh, of course. Listen, the baby mama drama, right? Give us the Reader's Digest version. What happened to that?
She basically she was a fucking bitch, and it's crazy because the girl I was with before her, I was an asshole, right? Like, I didn't really appreciate her and shit. So
and she couldn't get enough, could
next
she?
time I get in a relationship. What was that?
And the girl that you treated like shit, she couldn't get enough of you, could she?
The one I treated like shit, like she like treated me like a king.
There you go,
like,
man.
I'm like, you actually fucking put up with me?
Right.
So I was gonna say, like, when I got with this one, I was like, okay, I don't want to be that asshole no more. So I was like soft. Like I was a simp. Like I ain't, that's just the best way to put it. And I got ran over, and then it was kind of funny because it's like, wow, when you treat them like shit, you get treated like a king, and when you're the nice guy, you get,
that's exactly how it goes.
Over. This shit's crazy.
It is. Well, 502, thanks for the call. Thanks for listening to the show. And listen, Jonathan, he brings up I guess, one of the staples of the red pill. We know here in the red pill community that the better you treat women, the worse they treat you. The worse you treat women, the better they treat you. It shouldn't be that way, but it is. What are your thoughts on why it is literally the inverse? Like, what are your thoughts on why it is that, the better we treat them, the worse they treat us?
Yeah, I have a particular unique stand on this situation. Living out here in Japan, I would say that like certain mindset right now is exclusive to American girls and more on the side of Western girls.
Okay.
Japanese girls, when you treat them well, like they're like, holy shit, this guy is like nice to me. Like Japanese girls, Latina girls, girls from like, South America, Colombia,
right?
Girls from Korea is fucked. Girls from like Thailand, girls from China, Taiwan. Those girls, like when you treat them nice, like because the culture in itself respects men.
It's different.
Women in Asia are so aware of the wall. Like, and the wall in Asia is 25. If you're not married by the time you're 25, your family starts asking you, like, are you okay? Like, what's wrong? Like, they call the girls in Japan who are after 25 years old and not married, they call them Christmas cake because in Japan, nobody eats Christmas cake.
What? Oh my God. So 20, see, here's the thing. That just speaks to where we are in America. We consider the wall in America to be 30 years older, or 30 years old or older. But there in Japan, it's a half a decade sooner. That's unbelievable. And you said the Japanese culture respects men. Why is that?
Because, the Japanese are like the Vulcans from Star Trek. They're a very logic-driven society. Like, I know it's not popular in the United States, but in the World Cup, every time the Japanese fans go, like when they're done watching the soccer game, they clean up their area. Like they take all their trash, they wipe down the benches.
I heard about that. The Japanese national team just lost in the World Cup. And there's the story that the locker room was immaculate. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm out here for a reason. It's I would say that mindset, but I will say this too, though. The asshole thing still works out here. Like I don't go around like like mushing girls or like treating them like blatant shit, which is so fucking psychotic to me. That's what seems to be stimulating American girls these days.
Right.
And, like that out here, it also does work. Okay. I mean,
to a certain extent, I would imagine.
Yeah, you just got to be selfish. You got to be a man. You got to like, when I say be a man, it's like, take charge, take lead. Like we're going here. When I'm with my lady now, I ask her, I'm like, I said, we're gonna go to dinner tonight. You want burgers or Italian? She's like, I want to go to Italian. I'm like, all right, we're going to burgers.
Just to let her know that you're the guy that makes the call. I love that.
Just to let her know who's in charge, and they like it. They like it. Women want. Women want
to be led, man. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, absolutely.
914-205-5356 is the number to call if you have a question for either or both of us. Guys, keep in mind that if you call, if I see your number come up on my software, I'm going to bring you on the air. I know a lot of people are, a lot of guys have Blog Talk radio shows out there, and they allow their callers to they allow people to just call in to listen. That's not what I do here, because when this thing gets really big and I've got 25 and 30 callers in the queue, I don't want to have to be going through a bunch of callers and hey, I do have a question the next. No, I was just listening. Oh, I do have a question. No. If you want to listen, if you want to watch the show, go to donovansharpe.com and you can watch live. I understand the convenience of being able to call and listen to the show. I get that. It saves data, et cetera, et cetera. But again, I want to make sure that the people who are calling into the show that actually have a question or comment get listened to or get answered here. On the Red Man group, a couple weeks back. We had Turd Flinging Monkey on, and to say that that was probably one of our landmark shows, it's, you know, to say that this was one of our landmark shows is an understatement. The guy knew what he was talking about, but we figured out very quickly that he is a bottom-dwelling MGTOW. And the reason we say that is because he has a sex doll. He is completely checked out of the, he's completely checked out. He doesn't want to compete for women anymore. This is why he fucks a sex doll. Listen, more power to him. I'm not going to judge any man who fucks a sex doll. Absolutely not. But for those men to then come after me and tell me that they're more disciplined than I am because they have chosen to refrain from fucking actual women, that's where I draw the line. Like, you're not getting any sympathy from me. That being said, do you describe yourself as a MGTOW? Like, where do you fall as far as the red pill is concerned? Are you a MGTOW or are you a top? I mean, how does that work? Because again, and again, I don't want to draw this question out. The word MGTOW is sort of being grouped in with incels. You know, guys who shoot places up, et cetera, et cetera. So where do you fall on that?
Okay, so 100%, I am not a MGTOW. I'm not a MGTOW at all.
Jonathan does not have a sex doll. When he says his lady, she is a human being. She is not an inanimate object. Just you know, to clear the record.
So no, I'm not a MGTOW, but I do support their movement because, like, right now in America, like, the common man knows that the average girl is just rude, insufferable,
right,
unkempt, no manners, and at least these MGTOW guys, at least they're saying, you know what? At least they're not white knighting. I would take a MGTOW over a white knight any day. I would have dinner with a fucking MGTOW over having dinner with a white knight any day of the fucking week.
Jonathan, you're speaking my language.
That guy and I were on the same page.
Listen,
and MGTOW guys, I think they're just a little. They can't really. They've just been slightly misled because you can get pussy. Like,
sure,
I'm not that special. I'm not like some super good-looking guy. I'm not 6 foot tall. I don't have fucking six-pack abs. But I've been with 150 plus women. So if I can do it, you can do it too.
Right. Right. Listen, nothing pisses me off more than white knights, man. I don't know if you were able to watch the show that I did with Rollo Tomasi on Sunday. Oh, okay, right. Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, I think we had a discussion about that. And the guy who called in, and listen, I fucking hate that guy. He's got my respect because he actually called into the show. I've had many people challenge me on social media. I say, hey, listen, call into the show and we'll talk like men. They never call. This guy actually did. So I'll certainly give credit where credit is due. But guys who white knight for women, it brings out a visceral, like, animal-like aggression because I can't stand these fuckers. And again, listen, I would much rather have dinner with a guy who fucks a sex doll than a guy who defends women he doesn't even know. It's just it blows my mind. Why do you think it is? And now I already know what my answer is. Why do men white knight for women they don't know?
They're just snakes.
Yep.
They can't. They're not confident with who they are. And they're not confident with their masculinity.
There you go.
They feel like, no, it should be this way. They're like desperately clinging on to the blue pill. Like they are too afraid to let go. And it's pathetic. And honestly, I think that visceral hate you have, it's the same thing for me. I think Rollo wrote it or somebody, but they said, like, you know, that alphas like seriously hate betas. And when I see like a white knight guy or like a simp, I just think to myself, dude, I fucking hate this guy because he's full of shit. He's such a pussy. Like he's a disgrace of a man. That's the way I look at it.
I agree, man. And the vast majority of things that make men sexually attractive are under our control. And again, simps, beta males, they make it harder for all of us out here. Let's not get that confused. 914-205-5356 is the number to call. Area code's 865, area code 716. I'm going to get to you in just a second. You guys are listening to TSR Primetime with special guest Jonathan, special guest Jonathan from modernlifedating.com. At this time, I am going to say goodbye to my Twitter,